It's a great honor to introduce our keynote speaker. I first met him 6 years ago when he worked with EDC and he participated in their program, and he also participated in a program called Alphabet Media that was designed as a film workshop for gay and lesbian youth of color. Although our keynote speaker did not graduate from Satellite Academy High School, or from any other high school for that matter, I feel as though he did. Steven Martinez would visit me in my office every time he came to EDC. I was so moved by him, his spirit, his optimism, his vision, that I've kept a picture of him in my office for the past 6 years. Some of you will recognize him from his picture. Others who've seen the picture will hardly recognize him because Steven has come a long way since his do-rag days in the picture. With a GED in hand, Steven Martinez was accepted into the Baldwin Scholars Program at Hampshire College in Massachusetts, where I recently had the honor of witnessing his graduation. Today, Steven is working in a lucrative position as a project assistant for the AIDS Vaccine Advocacy Coalition in New York City and is enrolled in Columbia University's health education program in pursuit of a master's degree. After hearing one of Steven's speeches on YouTube, it became an obvious choice for this year's graduation. Steven is not only a young example of what is possible to achieve with hard work, dedication, gratitude, and optimism, but he's also a person who remembers where he came from and gives back. Steven has recently helped to form a collaborative relationship between Satellite Academy High School and the Baldwin Scholars Program. This scholarship will likely enable us to facilitate the acceptance of promising students into the Baldwin Scholars Program at Hampshire College. It's a great honor and pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Steven Emmanuel Martinez.
Actually, I still do wear do-rags. Good morning, graduates, teachers, staff, family, friends, and principals of Baylor. It is an honor to serve as your keynote speaker today. For the past few weeks, I have been thinking a lot about what I want to say to you all. Graduation speeches are typically about imparting wisdom, offering advice, and providing audiences with relatable anecdotes. At 23, I never expected to be asked to deliver a keynote address. Not having lived even a quarter of my life, I believe that there are too few lessons for me to share and even less for you to gain. But due to imparting wisdom by many of my educators, mentors, and peers, as I sat down to write this speech, I realized that life lessons are priceless. The tragedy is when we don't find the courage to share them. 7 years ago, I was struggling emotionally and academically. I was ambitious and young, with very little confidence. I was raised in the projects of Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, by a mother who immigrated from the Dominican Republic. My father has been incarcerated since I was 6 years old. My oldest brother had previously dropped out of high school, so I had few role models as I navigated through the treacherous obstacles of adolescence. I was alone with no one to look up to and no one who I could aspire to be like. According to statistics, as a black male, I was exactly where I was supposed to be, a high school dropout, perhaps peddling drugs, and a few short inches away from jail, perhaps even an early death. Then one day, my mother came home from work, and she went into the kitchen. She sat in her usual position, drinking her cup of coffee while looking out of the 13th floor window. As she stared out the window, I saw the sun setting on her face. The wrinkled line on her face were not only because of age, but fatigue, stress, and exhaustion. Poverty-stricken, raising 4 children, and working 6 days a week, I saw more clearly that evening that life was finally taking a toll on my mother. She was drained. I was shaken by the possibility that I could become a mother. Poor, working at a job I did not enjoy, living in substandard housing, surrounded by other poverty-stricken tenants, living paycheck to paycheck, determined to find answers to the difficult circumstances life has thrown at us. In that critical moment, I experienced a turning point between being an agent of my success instead of a victim of circumstance. I realized that only I was preventing myself from breaking the chain of intergenerational poverty. It was during that evening, at the age of 16, I discovered the hope of every good parent, that their children will live a better life, free of hardships and challenges that they themselves had to endure. That evening, I decided I would not become a product of my environment. Upon entering my second semester at Education Video Center, housed right above Satellite Academy, I began to search for GED programs. After receiving my GED, I reached a step above my intended goal and applied to college. I was accepted into Hampshire College. A few weeks ago, I became the first person in my family, both immediate and extended, to graduate with a bachelor's degree. Having completed my undergraduate studies, I have now been blessed with the rare privilege to begin my graduate studies at Columbia University. I open my speech with a story because it's important that at every milestone you reach, that you are reminded that you are not a product of your environment. You are beautiful products of the moment. You are the product of a culmination of both difficult and joyful experiences and observations that will allow you to make your environment a product of your own creation. For me to have grown up feeling defeated and inadequate, to now stand in front of you all, delivering a keynote speech, makes me a witness to the power of perseverance. And because you all have given yourself a second opportunity to attend Satellite Academy, it makes you two all witnesses to the power of perseverance. None of you should ever feel complacent with your circumstances, or hold yourself hostage to what society and statistics expect from you. Driven and resilient, there are no limitations or barriers that should dissuade you from achieving your potential. You are what you allow yourself to become, and the greatest limitations that are imposed on you are the ones that you do not challenge. So it is worth reiterating, you are not a product of your environment. When I was in 10th grade, one of my teachers told me that I would never amount to anything. She told me, Stephen, you're not getting anywhere. You won't be anything in life. 2 days after my college graduation, I sent her an email with the subject line that read, I win. Within the body of the email, I thanked her for her words, because for the past 5 years, as I struggled to get up off of my feet, I thought about how she doubted me. Her doubtful words echoed every single day as my motivation. I learned that the best way to beat a hater is to become a winner.
Right.
Today I ask all of you to make a resolution. For those of you who have ever been told that you cannot, that you will not, that you should not. For those of you who have ever been turned away because someone didn't think you were smart enough or capable enough. For those of you who have ever been told that you will never amount to anything. For those of you who have been made small or even paralyzed by people's words. For those of you who have ever felt victimized by people's doubts. This is your moment, your opportunity to tell those who have doubted your potential that you won. Your brilliance is not determined by the grades you receive. It is not measured by how much money you make or the accolades, awards, or trophies that you have attained. Your brilliance is measured by your ability to share that knowledge that you've acquired and continue to pass on the wisdom that you have obtained to others. Education is freedom. Education is freedom even when you're stripped of everything you have, material possessions and the superficial. If you are abandoned and deserted, what you are left standing naked with is your education, your brilliance, and that itself is liberating. But if you do not use what you have learned to teach someone else, then there's nothing that you have learned that is truly worth knowing. Maya Angelou put it best, when you learn, teach, at our best, we are all teachers. The diplomas you receive today carry a heavy amount of responsibility. You must pay it forward. There are young people who have struggled just as much as you. There are young people who lack a mentor or role model, who continue to feel unintelligent and weak, who have never been called beautiful, who feel scarred inside. There will always be someone you know who has been told that they will not, and that they should not, and that they cannot. Class of 2012, you must remind them that because you could, they too can. You put in the hard work to make it to the finish line of high school, but make no mistake about it, your work is far from over. In fact, it is just beginning. You have shown yourselves to be bright and determined young men and women. Use what you have learned here to serve your community and help mold other future leaders of our society. Do not try and convince yourself that you cannot make significant contributions to the people around you, because nothing can be further from the truth. You are all valuable, and we need you now more than ever. When you walk across the stage today, you're not only walking for yourself, you are walking for the parents or guardians that raised you, the friends and family members who who never got to march across their own stage. You are walking for the young men and women who entered this school with you, but are not able to join us here today. Today you walk for everyone. In closing, I believe that the limitations set upon you are just as great as you allow them to be. Therefore, it should be in our nature to not aspire to be good or great, but to be so excellent in whatever it is that we do that we have become giants. However, you may not all become giants in the public eye, but you can all become giants to your community, to your families, and your friends, and those who look up to you. You are already well on your way. I am convinced that decades from now, there will be parents that cite you all as great examples of what their children should aspire to become. It has been a great pleasure to speak to you all today. Thank you.